So, Battletech. I want to explain a few things before I get started on this. This is not a just starting now game. I'm going to start myself well into a career mode that I'm playing, and I'll explain why. But first, I'm going to explain what the game is. So, back in the day, I used to play Mech Warrior. I think I played up through Mech Warrior 4 in a very brief period on an old computer, and I really loved playing that. And Mech Warrior puts you in the cockpit, basically, of a battle mech. First person perspective, driving around one of these. It's like a combat flight simulator, only instead of flying around a jet, you're piloting one of these battle mechs. And so you're stomping around, blowing stuff up. And that's a really cool experience, and I love that. And maybe someday I'll get into Mech Warrior 5 and get all that stuff too. But another game that I played a long time ago that I can no longer play on my old computers because they no longer let me play games off of CDs. Um, was Mech Commander 2. Mech Commander 2 was pretty awesome. It kind of simulated certain aspects of your mechs, but it was more of it was a campaign that let you control a lance, which is a group of four mechs, a team of four. And technically, you could play more than four in that game. And it's fun to play a whole like a group to be able to control not just one mech on a field of combat, but controlling a little company of them, and be able to move them around in battle. It's a tabletop tactical. It gives you that tabletop tactical feel for the original BattleTech. Well, that's what this game is. This is a new game that's kind of a they didn't want to be a spiritual successor, but it is kind of a spiritual successor to the old Mech Commander games. But it's an entirely different game, and it's a different engine. It does have its own campaign. It's got its own area of space that they're kind of playing in, and the campaign mode is really satisfying and fun to play. But here's the thing: I was playing the campaign, and it takes a while. It's a lot of story stuff, a lot of watching characters interact, and you're just kind of along for the ride. There's a certain amount of choices you make, but it's just a story. I got into the career mode, and they give you, I don't know, a thousand some odd thousand, not quite 2,000 days, I think, to play the game basically. And you're just starting off as a group, wandering around as basically without all the story stuff. You just go to planets, take your missions, gain experience, buy new stuff, modify your mechs, salvage what you can from the battles and so forth. It's just a kind of a sandbox version of the game with a sort of a timer on it. But here's the thing: I played this thing for several weeks, playing it almost every day, and I was still basically running around with light and medium mechs, the same ones that I started the game with, and it lacks a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of wow. And so this last week, or within the last week, I finally got my hands on both a heavy mech and an assault mech. Now I'm starting to feel like, hey, this is something I can show off. There's some neat stuff here. So this is fairly late in the game. I think I only have 584 days left. I think I will turn some of the volume settings down because it's a little loud. I don't want to be competing with the audio. Let's see. Turn the master volume, music, and voices. The master volume's down. This should be okay with that. All right. So here's the deal. We're flying around in the Argo. The Argo is basically our spaceship base. It's going to get us from planet to planet. Since I'm talking about planets, let's look at the star map and the navigation room. So this game takes place it starts us in one spot. It started us somewhere over here, I think, and I've just been bouncing all over the galaxy ever since. It's in the periphery. It's not in the deep, central core. There's kind of some neutral space here. There's this space here, which is the new, kind of this new faction they created. Has to do with the story mode, the Arano Restoration. Over here we have the Taurian Concordant. Over here we have the Magistry of Canopus. Those are both periphery states. And then for the inner sphere we have, the Free Worlds League with Merrick, a lot of Lao, and the Federated Suns. You do interact with Steiner and Katrina and some of the other factions as well, but um, they act as almost as third parties. These actually have their own space. Every one of these dots that's on here is a world you can visit, and there'll be missions at different ones, and they're all different difficulty levels, all the way up to 5. Although I don't know if there's any 5 ones out here right now. There's the ones, and it goes up and up and up and fine. There's different kinds of worlds: desert, glacier, jungle, lunar, Martian, Terran, tundra, and urban. And then there's some other filters too, like different kinds of battlefields. Or no, these are the different kinds of kind of special features, like industrial worlds, mining worlds, battlefield worlds, and places where you can get chemicals, places where you can get old Star League tech, and it'll highlight them. Um, right now, our Argo is in this system, in the Aquagia. I've basically been traveling all over the place, just kind of coming and going as I pleased. And I've been doing a very heavy pirate themed game. I'm allying myself with the pirates, which pretty much puts me on the opposing end of almost every fight. The main reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to get in good with the black market. So all of these purple world, everything that has that little purple and white little thing, is a world that has a black market sales location. So in addition to being able to purchase stuff with the regular people, I can interact with the black market. These little pulsating worlds are like little mini campaigns. It requires multiple missions. Like this one requires you to. It's a long engagement, which means it's probably going to be 2 or 3 battles. You're working for your employer is here, and who you're going to go up against is here. Um, there's certain requirements of what kind of lance you can use. Like light right now doesn't do me any good because I'd have to pull a bunch of light mechs out of mothball to get them. But anyway, those are called flashpoints. There's different kinds of them. Some of them don't have as many restrictions. They all give you a bonus. Like this one's going to give you Lost Tech, which is old Star League technology, which is pretty awesome. My problem is because I'm deciding to go with the pirates. I've kind of alienated myself to the rest of the galaxy. Um, Might as well look at that next. Here's the captain's quarters. Um, you can customize your company. There's all sorts of different symbols you can use. I really like this Blue Devil one, but I use that for a different game. It's like an Oni. But I chose you get your custom. You can make a custom name, and I decided to name my company the Carnival of Chaos. And I have a little skull logo. It's kind of like a Day of the Dead logo actually, but it's got that that multi-pointed star feel to it, like Chaos, which I really kind of like. Don't have control over the colors here. You get what you get. I've been playing all sorts of different colors. I started off with kind of a reddish colors. I played some orange for a little bit. Then I had this fight with a lance that were colored this weird combination of lavender purple and kind of aqua blue, and I really thought that looks cool. So I decided to steal their colors. I made my color combination that. This doesn't really do it justice. You'll see what they really look like in the mech bay. But yeah, I can do my cut. Oops. And then there's a reputation. Everything was pretty much okay here until I got up to 100 and decided to ally myself with the pirate organizations, and then instantly became an enemy with everybody else. Even though not all of them hate me, most of these are just indifferent or well, Magistry. I've been doing a lot of missions against from the beginning, but I haven't been doing as many of late. So it's been stuck on dislike for a long time. I do tons and tons and tons and tons of missions against Lao. They're now threatening. They're saying if you continue to do work against us, there's going to be repercussions. That was the last threat they gave me. So we'll see what happens there. Federated Sons, I was in their territory doing all sorts of stuff with pirates and some of the periphery states. I haven't had as many interactions with the Draconis Combine. I've gone a lot. I actually had a pretty negative influence. I've done a lot of missions against Merrick, but I tend to do a lot of missions for them to balance it out for some strange reason. And then the Urano restoration, which again is comes from the storyline of the game. It's what the creators of the game kind of created in order for them to put their own little like stamp on what they wanted to do. There's also our finances. This is kind of an interesting thing too. Um, our finances are made up of our operating costs, which is all of the basically capital. These are all of our different mechs that I have and how much their maintenance is, as well as the ship, the Argo's operating costs, and our mech bays. It's a lot of costs. Right now, it's costing us 429,350 per month. And then there's our salary. This is what I'm paying all of the mech warriors. And it's just the mech warriors. It's not the crew of the Argo. So, and the better these guys have gotten, the more their salaries have gone up. Most of the recruits start off with like 23,000. So these guys are making more than twice in some cases. So then this is also tacked on. So about every month, I'm paying the combined value here. So it's like four, five, six, seven, right about 700,000 every month. And so that's my operating costs. So I have to make sure I make enough. So my current total amount is I have 5 million. But if you once you see how much things cost, you'll understand why that money fluctuates so widely or wildly. Let's go to engineering of the Argo. Spent a lot of money upgrading the ship. This is very much late game. I've got almost everything maxed out. I got a few more things to build. They're really, really expensive. I'm currently upgrading this med bay to med bay 2. So you can't even see the cost of these other things. Oh yeah, here we go. So my next upgrade to make an arcade, a hangout place for the crew is going to cost me 450,000 credits. And then there's a low G pool, another 450. Highest level training module, another 450. But this thing, one of these, oh, that's the ongoing costs. Some of these, oh my God, we're up into 700. One of them, I think one of them was like 2 million to upgrade. Just ridiculous. So a lot of my money has gone to improving this stuff. When you start the game, you only have one mech bay. That holds 6 mechs. That's not enough to do much because they're going to take a lot of damage. So I had to continue to expand to get another bay which will hold another 6 mechs, and then maxed it out with a third bay. That's where we're going next, is the mech bay. So this is what our mechs look like in the color combinations. I think it's incredible. Oh, it's really gonna make a statement. It really looks funky on the different worlds because the different worlds have different color tones, and it gets pretty interesting. So here's my mech bay. I have all. I like to organize them by size. I only have one assault mech, and that's a Victor, and that's currently being worked on. It'll be done in 8 days. I have one. That's my assault mech. I only have one heavy mech, and that's my Marauder. That's it back here. You can choose different patterns using the same color combinations. I'm not real picky. I really don't care what they look like. I just love the color combinations. I think it's really funky. It's like some weird exotic tropical fish or something. So my Victor is 80 tons. It's the smallest of the assault mechs in terms of weight. And my Marauder is a 75-ton heavy mech, which is the heaviest of the heavy mechs. Most of my mechs are still medium. I got two different Wolverines. I've got a Griffin. I got a Shadowhawk, a Kintaro. I got two Hunchbacks, which have been this Hunchback has been my big heavy hitter with his big AC-20 shoulder-mounted assault or autocannon, just destructive. I got a Trebuchet, two Trebuchets. I got Enforcer, which was my original pilot vehicle. This was originally my biggest mech. It was the one that my character that I created pilots. I got a Centurion, a crab, a vindicator, blackjack, and the only light mech that I currently have in active is this panther. I have four panthers that were each had different weapon layouts, and this guy's a heavy. Got some punch. He's got a firepower equivalent of four. A lot of my heavy mechs only have a firepower of three, or my medium mechs, I mean, only have a firepower of three. So he's got a good punch. His overall strength isn't huge, but he's got good numbers. Every once in a while, I can play with him and throw him out there to the wolves and see if he can survive. Um, anyway, right now I have two mechs that are being fixed and worked on, or three mechs actually that are being worked on, and they're being done in order. I have a financial report due in 14 days. I got a ship upgrade that'll be done in 20 days, so I can keep track of all that stuff here. Additionally, in storage, I have parts of mechs. In order for you to put one of these mechs into your bay, you need to basically find, buy, or acquire three parts to create a full mech. So I have one third of a Mad Cat right here, or Marauder, I mean. I already have a Marauder. I don't really need a second one, but hey, it's a big mech. I'll take it. Um, the one and three, who knows if I'll ever even get them built before the end of the game. But some of these are two and three. I have two of three Thunderbolts. I have two of three of a different Thunderbolt. They're slightly different. This is a 5SS model, and this is a 5S model. And then I have a 5SE model. So I have tons of these Thunderbolts, but they're not compatible because they're different types of models. They're different kinds of builds. Um, Usually, once I get a second one, like I have a couple of Shadowhawks here of different varieties. If I'm never going to put them in, I'll just take them to the store and sell them off for money. But they're not taking up any space in storage. I just can't use them. They're not active. I have to activate, in order for me to activate these, I need to send something down or use my extra space here. I'm saving that for another heavier assault mech if I can ever get my hands on one. Um, and then I have my light mechs that I've basically not gotten rid of because it's like, every once in a while I want to play just go out there with four light mechs and have at it or mix and match. Some of these I could sell, and I probably will sell some duplicates. I even have I wanted four different kinds of locusts, and right now I can a lot of stuff there I can sell. Then there's our extra components. These are the components that we have that are not currently on mechs. So these are weapon systems, different kinds of autocannons, just regular ones with pluses or ones that have been modified. They're like bonused up. Most of the time, it means they do more damage, they do more criticals or more stability damage. In a few cases, it may the gun is actually lighter. Usually, it doesn't affect that, but every once in a while there'll be one. Some lasers, bunch of missile systems, the long range missiles. They're in alphabetical order. I don't know why they don't list them by type. I guess you can put them by type, but machine guns, particle projectile cannons. Ooh, I got a good one there. I need to put on something. Basically, what I do is after battle, if I need to refit or fix up a mech, I'll bring it into the shop and I'll see if I have any upgraded weapons I can swap out normal ones for. Otherwise, when they lose their good weapons, I obviously want to find new ones to replace them. Always looking for things with pluses. Tag targeting system. It attaches itself to an enemy mech and it creates this little light beep. It creates more bonus damage. Things are more likely to hit it later. And then I have some ultra auto cannons which fire twice per turn, which are really devastating. But anyway, that's what I have in my mech base supply. Here's our barracks. I have a memorial wall. The only pilot I've actually lost, the only mech warrior, was Goblin, who served for 160 days. And it lists how many times I put them out in the field, how many times they took injuries, how many kills they had, how many kills of vehicles they had, and how many times they had to eject. I've been pretty good about that. I haven't had too many deaths. Oh wait, the other part of the barracks is you can look at your active mech warriors. So this is my character, the one I created called Freak Show. Because again, I was going on this carnival of cats. I was looking for individuals that looked weird, talked weird, or had interesting backstories. This is one I created So she kind of went through this space pirate thing, and that's why I wanted this to go into pirates. She came from a noble Lao family, but they were betrayed. Then she ended up going and becoming a space pirate before she became this mech warrior and decided to lead a company. So I wanted to give her kind of a nasty background to start with. Everybody else on here I recruited, and some of them most of them I left their look the same. A few of them I changed maybe their hairstyle or little bits of that, but otherwise I just been leveling them up. And as you notice, most of these started off in the twos and threes range. It costs a lot of experience points to move these up, and they've maxed out several of them. And so these guys have been with me a long time. So check the service record on here. So the player that I created has been in 70 deployments, has 86 mech kills, another 35 kills on top of that. But she's also sustained 16 injuries and had to eject once. So she's been with the company since the start. So everybody that's at 616 days, those are the people that have been with me since the very start. Hazard here, been with me since the start. 47 kills, 57 deployments. Jayhawk's fairly new, 387 days. So she's only been with me half as long as several of the other ones have. Kishi, been here since the beginning, 616 days, 46 deployments, deploys a lot. Mako, 487. He's been here longer than any of the other new people. I call them new people. Recoil 505. A reformed criminal. Had a little backstory with him. Uh, Taboo is the newest character I added. She's got a great voice, kind of a weird voice. 105 days, but she's my newest one, and she's just flying up in rank. But she's flying around with these really good pilots, so it helps. And then there's Tread, who's also been with me since the beginning. I don't deploy him as often, but yeah. So basically, I have two full flight crews, or pilot crews, or mech warrior crews. And strangely enough, all of them have different titles because of the different combinations of stuff they have. Outrider, Gunner, Lancer, Gladiator, Sharpshooter, Scout, Flanker, and Vanguard. So that's my barracks. Command Center is where we go to get contracts. I'll go there next, but then let's go to the Argo. In the Argo, we got... Oh, wait a second here. Make sure that's still recording. Yeah, it's still recording. And the Argo screen is where we can pass the time. This is where we are when we move from system to system. But we also have a hiring hall and a store. The hiring hall is where we go to get new people. Most of them are just like these people. Brand new guy. It'll show you any kind of background story. Some of them are a little more experienced. They've got a few level ups. I'm always looking for people with interesting handles, because this isn't their name. This is their call sign. So Hale is the call sign. Ronin. Some of these are special ones. This is a Kickstarter backer. There's several Kickstarter backers that have characters patterned after them. They're completely unique. So this is a person where if you hire them and get them and they die, you're not going to be able to get them again. They're totally unique, and they got more involved backstories and stuff. They're also pretty expensive to bring in, but I don't need any more pilots right now, so they're mech warriors. Viper and Wrestler. So you can do anything you want. You can go out and recruit people that have interesting names, or you can recruit people who just look cool or whatever. And then there's the store. This current system is kind of a backwater. There's only has a basic store. This is the only weapons they're selling, which is pretty paltry. I've been to some that don't have any, though. Ammo is just kind of the regular munitions. No real good special equipment. Leg mods are okay, I guess. And they're selling these are mech. Each one of these represents 1/3 of a mech. And so, like this commando, they're selling 1/3 of a mech, and I already have 2/3 of a mech. So if I wanted to buy this for 275,000, I would actually get a ready to pilot mech. But it's a commando, it's a 25 tonner. I'm not looking for those. I'm looking for bigger mechs. I have 1/3 of this one already, so I could buy a quick draw and get 2/3 of a mech. My Victor, I already got a Victor. What I'm looking for are basically trying to complete ones I've already got. And since I'm concerned about money, I'm going to get rid of some of these extra. I got two of those. I'm going to sell one of them. One Jenner, that's fine. I'll sell one of the extra locusts. I have five Panthers. I don't need five Panthers. Four is good enough. I want four. Two different kinds of Shadowhawks and a Vulcan. And of course, you can also sell off extra ammo or extra. This isn't ammo that you load into your guns. This is the ammo contraption, the ammo storage space in your mech. So you're not buying individual rounds. That gets fulfilled just as part of the upgrade cost. And you can also sell your other weapons and equipment and other things too. But I generally don't unless I have stuff like I have 209 small jump jets. I don't need that many. Every time you negotiate a contract, you're balancing between a flat fee and salvage rights. And salvage rights is where you get a lot of stuff added to your inventory, and a lot of it's like this, not that useful. I'm never going to get this many jump jets destroyed. So I'm going to sell off 108 of them for 331,000, putting me over 6 million in my fund. I'm going to be on this system for a little longer. There's nothing in the store that really keeps me here. And you'll see how many contracts I have left. So I can't do this contract with Lao because they really, really, really hate me. Um, I have a couple of pirate missions. I got a couple of missions for the local star system. These are like the local governments of this planet. Every one of these is tied to their individual planets. And I have one for the Free Worlds League that I can do as well. And they have a listed maximum payout and salvage. If you want the maximum pay, you're not going to get as much salvage. If you want a lot of salvage, it's going to dig into that maximum pay. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to do this really light, the lowest level mission, repossession. Um, Somebody got some armored vehicles, and we're basically going to take them from them. Uh, basically the local planetary government is trying to take some back from the Magistracy of Canopus. And so this is the sliding scale. Right now, even though the maximum pay says 508, right now I'm going to get paid 277,000 for completing this mission, and I'm going to get 11 pieces of salvage, and I get to personally pick two. So if I really, really want that gun that has a couple of pluses on it, or I really want that part of that mech, I can kind of like set those aside and guarantee that I'm going to get those. Everything else, you know, the other nine is just going to be some random parts. You may not get what you want. So hedging it and moving these up and down will get you different rates. Like I can get this up to there, but then my total is going to go down, but at least I still get to pick two. If I want to max this out at 508, well, now I'm only going to get one selection of five pieces. So the thing is, you have to kind of weigh that with what are we going up against and what are they going to bring to the battle, because this is essentially what you're going to salvage your stuff from. If you know that they're going to be bringing some top tier mechs, you want as much salvage as you can because you want the good mechs. But if you don't think that they're going to be bringing much, you might as well take your cash because who cares if I pick up another locust? I already got four. So because this is a periphery state, I'm not expecting a lot of prize mechs to salvage, so I'm going to maximize the value. Because this is such a low difficulty level, I'm also going to put in some of my smaller mechs. I'm also going to change up my crew here. I'm going to put Taboo in, and I'll leave Kishi in. Yeah, we'll just go with these guys. I got my super gunners here. All three of these guys have maxed out gunnery skill. Um, and then you choose which mechs you want to put in. I'm definitely going to use my Panther. I'm going to give that to Taboo. I will take my typical Enforcer medium mech. I'm not even going to put my bigger mech up there. Why sustain damage? I will put my hunchback out there and crap. So, in terms of our tonnage, it's 185 tons. In terms of our like the drop tonnage, the symbology goes. This is how challenging of a lance this is 2, and the difficulty of our mission is only 1. It's a pretty good indicator I'm bringing more to the party than the people I'm going to face. And now we go to combat. It's an arid world, so it's going to be desert. Commander, they also mentioned that the target vehicles are currently on deployment with a secondary lance of mechs. You can optionally destroy them as well, and there's a bonus. There's always bonuses you can get. I've only failed a few missions. I've quit missions and reloaded the game and tried again. I've only accepted failure a few times. Move up, make contact, engage. Keep an eye out on enemy mechs as well, as always. So because the atmosphere is a little dense, it gives a color distortion. Not all maps do that, some do. Or all worlds. So it kind of gives the coloration of your mechs a little twinge. Can't do much. We're still stuck in super fast mode. Now we're going to go into the turn-based. So our turns are broken down into these 5 speed categories. The lighter mechs are going to act at the low level, or at these what is the high level. I don't know why they did it this way instead of the other way around. I don't know if it has anything to do with the board game or if it's something that they created when they did the video game. But the lighter, smaller mechs, or in this case, somebody that has this, where's it at? Master Tactician ability, which drops them down a class, will act first. The heavier mechs, the assault mechs, they're going to operate later, and the medium mechs are going to operate in the middle. So that's kind of how it breaks down. I only have one light mech, and so Taboo's in a light mech. That's why she's in there. Freak Show's in a medium mech, but because he has that ability, he's acting as if he was a light mech. I like that ability because it means that I can take a bigger mech and get it to hit first. Be like the first one of its class to hit something. It's wasted to be a pilot who's always driving around in a lightweight mech would be wasted on them because they're already acting first in the round anyway. Okay, I should explain some things on the map here. So the little the white spaces, the little white dots, are positions that are just open, and you can see if you don't use your full movement, you can adjust which direction you're going to face when you get there. But if you use the full movement, then you're restricted. And in some cases, you can't move it at all. But this one's pretty good. We can move. You can also sprint. But if you sprint, you won't be able to do anything else on your turn. It's just a really fast move. And once you move it, your restrictions are, you can pretty much do very little. Lastly, you can jump. Jumping is nice because, for one, no matter how far or where you jump, you can always decide how you want to land. You're basically going to rotate around as you're jumping up into the air. But you can also change elevations. So I can jump up on top of this plateau here and get a good vantage point of the area. You can see the very extreme out here, the range, how far away I can see, and possibly target. If I have a weapon that's capable of going that long a distance, it's possible I can hit them from there. So it gives you a little bits of information with all of that. The other thing you'll notice is that there's different colors. The green, those are like forested areas, and it'll tell you over here. Forest reduces movement and spotting distance and provides a cover, which is 20% damage reduction against range attacks to the front and side. Doesn't protect you from behind, and it stacks with guarded, which is an ability. There's also some different kinds of hazardous areas. There's windy ones that act kind of like forests because they blow up sand. There's radioactive spaces which will increase your heat. If you notice over here, a lot of these little numbers on here, it'll tell you like which of these are activated. We're in a desert biome, so your heat sinks only dissipate 85% of their normal heat. That's dependent on what kind of worlds you're on. Your cover level, he has the bulwark. She has the bulwark ability. It'll tell you what that does. These are just all things that are modified, and these little chevrons here are is your evasive ability. The farther you or the more you move, the higher your evasion is. This is basically a penalty that opponents get when they try to hit you with their weapons. And likewise, your opponents are moving around and they'll have those little marks on there. So when you try to hit them, if you try to hit somebody that moves really fast, you're going to have a harder time hitting them. Down below you have your these damage or that's your heat indicator, and then down here is the I think it's your stability. As this thing goes up, you become less stable and you'll get knocked over and fall on your back. Um, this is the your mech's armor. This, if anybody's ever played the role-playing game, this will be very familiar. These would have little dots on them, and you'd fill them in as you go. But everything they just do it all for you. And this is your overall damage. This is your internal structure and your armor. White is armor. And once you start taking internal structure damage, that's when ammo and weapons start getting destroyed, or your jump jets get destroyed, or actuators and things that affect your movement, or your sensors and stuff will start to get depleted. That's pretty much all that's on the heads-up display. And over here's your weapons. If you have the ability, this one doesn't, but some of them have the ability to target multiple targets, and you can designate different weapons to fire at different opponents. I guess that's about it. Just wanted to go over a few of the things that are on here. So, if I move to this space, I will have a direct line of sight. That's what the little red bar is. Not only line of sight, but I have some at least one weapon that is capable of shooting at him. If I was to go, I'm trying to see if there's some other. Not off the top of my head. There are a few characters who, if they have a weapon that isn't quite capable of reaching, it'll have a white dashed line instead. That means they're within line of sight of that person, but they don't have a weapon capable of hitting them. I'm going to go here with the Enforcer. I'm going to aim at this little striker vehicle with all of my might, basically. So I'm going to be shooting a medium laser, a an ultra auto cannon 2, and a medium laser, and it shows you the percentage chances over here to hit it. I'm also shooting a tag, but I'm kind of wasted, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's an energy, and it tells you kind of roughly how much damage it's going to do. So the medium laser, if it hits at full damage, if it's going to hit with its blast, it'll hit for 35 damage. The medium laser here will do 25 damage, but it has a, I don't know what the difference is. It must have a critical and accuracy bonus, whereas this one has um, accuracy and heat bonus. Or heat, nope, heat's the same, 12. I'm not sure. This one has 3 pluses, but it does less damage. It's just more accurate, I guess. The ultra auto cannon actually has munition. There's only 50 rounds, and you're going to be firing off them every round. The one shot of it does 25 damage, but it's going to fire 2 every round. Did a little bit of damage, marked it. The little pulsating light, that's the marker. So now everybody else in my company, everybody else that's in the Lance, um, there it is. See? From that distance, that mech can see that mech, but it doesn't have any weapons that can reach, or not mech, reach that target. I want to make sure I can hit it, so. Snub PPC, which is a special kind of particle projectile cannon, and it's got bonuses. It basically fires a cluster of shots. You'll see that goes out. That's the PPC, the snub PPC. It's kind of like a shotgun. Each one of those little fireballs, if you want to call them that, does 25 damage, and it's going to shoot 5 of them out at once. It's also got an LRM-5. That's a long-range missile. 5 long-range missiles, which are lower damage than short-range missiles, but they have the benefit of being long-range, and they can fire without having direct line of sight if you have somebody else spotting for you. So the PPC didn't come anywhere close, but the missiles were able to wipe him out. See, we're aware of where other ones are, but right now we can't see them. We know where they are because we have radar systems that tell us they're out there, but we don't know what they are, except for their shape, so we know it's a vehicle, we know it's 60 tons. We know that's a vehicle, we know it's 35 tons. No mechs. That was a good decision of mine not to take the salvage. Okay. I'm going to reserve these guys, pushing them back around because I want to see if I can get my opponent to move their units a little closer. Ten missiles. Now I have another shot at it. Still not within range. But he is. Or she is. Okay, so Kishi's going to come over here. Set up shop. She's going to use her precision. That's what a regular PPC looks like. Just a single bolt. Recoil still doesn't have anything within range, so I'm going to reserve again. That was a array of missiles. It looked like a lot more than 20 to me. Okay, well, he's just out of range. That's fine. Speed that up. And we're going to brace. It's a defensive stance. Alright, something else is out there. Jeez. Yeah, my armor's low. Something just shot at me that I can't even see. Okay. This goes into the whole, because we're being spotted by these vehicles, other vehicles in their group can launch their long-range missiles as long as we're within range. So that sucks. I want to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. Booyah! Alright, 30-ton mech coming at our 9 o'clock. Freak Show is going to move up to this little plateau. Nope. Long-range missile carrier. And a 20-ton mech. I'm not worried about that either. I actually worry more about these vehicles than I do 20 and 35-ton mechs, because these missile launchers, man, they can just do a whopping to you. Poof. Okay, still don't know where the other one is, though. It's up on that hill someplace. Alright. Now, recoil. It's going to take a shot through that forest. I never liked the Hunchback. I thought it was a ridiculous looking mech. But then when I started playing this and realized, you know, if I put an Ultra Autocannon 20 on top of that thing, it turns it into a friggin' monster. I mean, this is only a, what? This is only a 55-ton mech. And yet, he can knock, if he gets the right shot off, he's a one-shot killer. Of course, if you miss, you miss, but... Oh, something's rolling up there. Oh, no. Holy sheep shit. What the frag, man? That is a hellacious vehicle. So, mechs. There are several ways you can knock a mech out of a fight. The most common way is destroying their central torso. This is where their fusion engine is located. You destroy a central torso of a mech, it's going to get destroyed. It's going to blow up. But that's not the only way. The reason why it's the most common way is because the chest area is so big. Look at the percentage there. It's 82% chance I'm going to hit that. 79%, 79%, the left and right torsos. Whereas if I wanted to target an arm, it's going to be slightly less, legs are going to be slightly less, and the head is very low. Well, another way you can win the fight and knock a mech out right away is headshots. The pilot is in the head. If you destroy the head, the mech's done, even if the rest of it's in completely good shape. If you don't have a pilot, you have no mech. That'll knock it out. You don't necessarily have to destroy the head. If you do enough big hit damage, the mech pilot, the mech warrior, can himself only can take so much damage. For instance, Freak Show can take 5 damage, Recoil can take 5 damage, Kishi can take 5, and Taboo can take 5. Most pilots start off only being able to take, I think, 3 damage, and only through developing your character skills does it move up to 4 and 5. So if your mech pilot, your mech warrior takes enough damage that they die, then the mech's eliminated. The last way to eliminate the mech is to take out both legs. If both legs get quote-unquote destroyed, because even if you have one leg that gets destroyed, you can still walk around. You're going to be limping along at half speed. It's not like the leg is gone. It'll say destroyed, but it's not like you're walking around with one leg. It just means it's functionally dead. So it's kind of like it's crippled. If you manage to destroy both legs, then the mech gets destroyed outright. It won't be able to get up. Anytime you destroy a leg, it automatically knocks that mech down. Then they have to get up on their next turn. But once you've knocked both of them down, or knocked both of the legs off, or destroyed both of the legs, then they also get eliminated. So, just a quick rundown on how to defeat enemy mechs. It lists all the different stuff that happens, all the little critical hits, any ammo that get exploded, any guns that were critical hit. Okay, Taboo. I do not want Taboo to get anywhere near that missile assault. She's got the smallest mech out there. Okay, it's time for Recoil to step up his game. Ooh, hopefully I'm not behind that rock. That's a blown up mech. Big shooter. Now the crab is a close range fighter. He's got good. He's got a PPC, a medium laser, and a small laser. The small laser and machine gun are really only there for close up damage. Um, and this guy's got maxed out armor, and he's got some bonuses to his melee attack. So what he really wants to do though is get in close and tear somebody up. But she can't get within range, so I'm gonna have to put her in reserve. See if I can get somebody to get closer. Nope. Where's that? There he is. I see you. 60-ton piece of junk. Okay. I want to see what the terrain's like. Oh, yeah. I suppose these guys got jump jets. I'm going to try to go around their flank. Can't shoot because I'm running. But now they know where I am, and I know they know where I am, and I know where they are. And they don't want any piece of me. Locust. Okay. Oh, we're within range already. Just. Some damage, not enough. These guys are almost the same color as I am. It's these Merrick forces. Or Canopian, I guess is what they are, aren't they? Magistry of Canopus. Again, I don't want Taboo anywhere near that missile. Oh, shoot. Don't have a real good target. 70, 65, 40, 35, 70. Okay. Go with the highest percentage. Up it a little bit. Booyah! Destroyed the right torso and the right arm. Alright. See if I can get Kishi close enough to do some damage. Could try to take out that one or try to do some initial damage to this stupid little locust. Not quite enough. Another trick in this game is if you can hit the ammo, get a critical hit on the ammo reserve, the ammo supply of a mech, that causes all of that ammo to explode, doing all of its damage to that part of the mech. That's usually enough to create a chain reaction that'll end up destroying the mech. I don't really want to turn my back to that freaking missile system. I don't have a jump. I guess I don't have much choice. Those are good percentages. I'm gonna overheat. Still overheating. Okay. Boom! An AC-20 on its own is powerful. Getting to use it twice in a turn is just really unfair. It's an awesome weapon. Oh my... See, I didn't want Taboo to get anywhere near that. And what happens? Immediately picked her up. Jesus. There we go. Oh yeah, we destroyed all 100%. 100% of enemy vehicles. I think all we have left is this locust. One more kill for the man with the hunch.
Mission successful.
Not too bad. He was kind of a ringer though. He's my most powerful damaging mech. He just doesn't have a real good range. So here's the breakdown. We succeeded. Blah blah blah. Not really. There's our payout. So we got made 660,000. This is how our mechs turned out. So everything was good. Nobody got hurt. The Hunchback did some heat damage to internal structure. That's gonna have to be fixed. So he won't be able to go out in the next fight. But he killed 3 mechs. So cut him some slack. And this is where we get to select our one item of the 5 we're gonna get. And it's going to be a bunch of junk. It's going to be a lot of ammo, jump jets, basic weapons, nothing special. I'll take my 1/3 of a javelin, which will give me a full javelin, and I'll sell it. So that's money. And we go back to the ship. I want to finish up these few missions and then go to a world that has a black market because I'm really, really wanting some good stuff. Okay, first off, I don't want him in the active pool, so he's down in storage now. Now I can sell him. You can't sell your mechs that are active. You can only sell the ones that are in storage. Okay, so I can either repair it, that'll just fix all the damage and you're good, or you can go into refit. And if you're going to refit, this is where you can swap out the equipment, so you can kind of see the way this thing works. Right now, everything needs to be fixed, so I'm just going to go ahead and click boom. Okay, that's how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to take to fix it. This is all the stuff we have, but everything is based on hard points. This particular mech has 3 ballistic hard points, 2 energy hard points, has no missile hard points, 1 support weapon hard point, that's your machine guns and flamers, and you can have up to 4 jump jets. I don't have any jump jets, so I'm not even using those hard points at all. And they can only be, and the different things, okay, like here's all the autocannons. I can use any of these autocannons, but they can only be put in that right torso, which is where his big shoulder thing is. See? And if I change it and put a different weapon in there, it'll have a change in appearance too. So I really appreciate that. It's not that they just didn't go like really generic. He's got arm mods, which are helping with melee combat. Basically his goal is this thing goes through ammo. These AC-20 ammo pods, they only have 5 rounds. That one has 5, that has 5, and those two both have 5. After 20 shots, or basically that's 20 rounds, it only takes him 10 shots to burn through all of that, because he's shooting 2 shots every time he shoots that cannon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's like 20. It's exactly 20 shots. 20 shots that he does in 10 turns. And because I had to put in a ton of ammo, I had to take out a lot of his other weapons. So he only has a couple of medium lasers. But one of them is a normal laser. I could put a flamer in the head. That's a support weapon. But I instead have this comm system in there, which gives him a good resolve gain. I don't think I have any upgraded medium lasers. So that's just going to have to sit. The energy weapons, if I want to put them, they have to go in the arms. So whether I put a PPC in there, a medium laser, that's the only choices. The small lasers, machine guns, and flamers are the support weapons. They're the brown weapons. In this case, I can only put those in the head. Different mechs have different arrangements, though. I also have quite a few heat sinks because he has a tendency to overheat. If I took the medium lasers out, he would never overheat. So anyway, I'm not making any mods. He's good the way he is, so I'm just going to go ahead and confirm. And he'll go in. Notice he goes last. Everybody, these other mechs that are already in the process of being fixed are ahead of him. So I'm not going to have him back for 7 days. That's why you have a big pool of mechs. I don't have to advance the time until I finally, either I have a bunch of mech warriors who are injured, because if they get injured, it's the same process. It takes 14 days to heal up from an injury or whatever. Go ahead and look at the command center again. Oh, wait. I was going to go to Argo. Go to the store. Sell. Oh, I have 3 different kinds of javelins. That's not so bad. All right. Well, I can live with that. I might want to experiment with a whole javelin crew sometime. I'll just leave them. I was going to sell it and change my mind. All right, next mission. I'm gonna do a mission for the pirates. Easy pickings. Every month, the planetary government sends out another supply convoy loaded with military hardware and valuable electronics. They guard it heavily, so we're not asking you to hit the main force. No sense in throwing away good mercenaries. Instead, we want you to pick off the tail end of the convoy. The cargo isn't as valuable as what they send out in the vanguard, but it won't be as heavily defended. Take the convoy out. We'll send in our people, grab whatever is still intact. We don't really want to get shot at, so we'll pay bonus if you take out all the defenders as well. And then, of course, your guy, this is one of your crewmates. His job seems sketchy, Commander. I suppose that's not a surprise given the employer, but we should still be cautious. Always the voice of caution. But I'm doing it because it's big, big money. Convoy hits are. Mm, it's not that they're hard, they just make them arbitrarily hard by giving your targets a really easy path. If they really, really want to, they can pretty much survive these if they want. It just depends on how much you can catch them with their pants down. I really don't expect to get a whole lot, but you never know. Who are we going up against? The planetary government. We're in a backwater. I just don't expect really good stuff out there, so I'm going to go for the money. I want the money right now, so when I get to a system that has better market, a better store, I can afford to buy something. I could buy a full mech, but it's probably going to cost 10 million just to buy an assault level mech or a heavy mech. So I need a lot of cash. Okay, Recoil had a fun time last time. I'm gonna weed him out. I'm gonna put Jayhawk back in. I'm gonna give her a Shadowhawk. Um, that crab's not gonna do us any good, and the Panther's too risky. Enforcer. Okay, we're gonna have pop some people here. Um, I need good range with a pop. I'll take the Mad Cat. I really don't want to. Yeah, he's got good range. He's got an AC 10. Yeah, I'll give him Taboo. Okay. So we have good initiative here. Heavy mech fighting like a medium mech. And this medium mech fighting like a light mech. That's why that one's a 4. Oh, what's the durability on these though? We're gonna take some hits. 5, 6, 5, and 7. Yeah, okay. I'll take the results that we get. I just don't want to lose too much. I hate losing good stuff. And some of these convoy hits are easy enough to do, but some of them are a real pain in the ass. Just depends on which one it is. There's some of these I absolutely hate doing because I feel like they give the AI too easy a path to victory. Well, whenever you have a mission to defend a convoy, to protect a convoy, they're always excruciatingly hard. Main convoys pass by, leaving the trailing elements. This is where we're going to meet up with them. And then we head to the evac. Now the thing about convoy missions is there's a what they call a denial point, a denial zone. They're trying to get, this is why I hate these missions. They're trying to get from here to there. And they start you all the way over here, making it next to impossible to cut them off because you're playing catch up for half this thing. And once you get within their range, they're going to start pounding you with missiles. Oh, mercy. So here's those little sandstorm things I mentioned that are they act like kind of like forests. Can't even see where they're at. I hate it when it's at night. And there's the little field of radioactive material. If you go there, because this is like a crater. They really did a good job designing these. There's a road. You have a movement bonus when you travel along roads. No, it's not telling me the info. And then there's rough terrain, which like causes you problems with your stability. My problem is I don't have very many. I don't know if all these mechs have jump jets. Some of them do, but this one doesn't. Okay, kind of got behind the wall of rock there. I'm trying to decide if I go directly towards it, if I can even get up that hill, and I don't think I can, so I'm going to go over here. Yeah, right here, whirlwind. Whirlwinds reduce movement and spotting, but provide you cover of 20%. It's just like a forest. These are forests on worlds that don't have plant life. See if I can get close enough to ping something.
Primary target on screen, Commander.
Okay. That'd be good if they're over there. Does not have jump jets either. If I go that direction, he's going to be playing catch up the whole fight. Okay, let's see what happens here. I still don't see anybody. It's a lot of swirling smoke, swirling dust. I can hear them. Alright, I want to get this Marauder between that point. I want to get him up in here. Because they're going to travel through there. I don't see a road. Okay, well this is definitely going to reveal some stuff. Okay, and this is a radiation field. Localized radioactivity interferes with targeting systems, but it adds heat to units passing through it. +4 difficulty to hit units standing in a radiation field. +10 heat for 2 activations to units passing through it. Yeah, you don't want to walk through that. Okay. Kishi has jump jets, so she can get off this ridge. I don't want to move anybody else till I see what she sees. Okay, so they're not here yet. That's good. That's very good news. Okay. We're going to get in tight here. Fortunately, he's still got a ways to go. And this is rough terrain. Reduces movement big time. and you take 150% stability damage from all attacks, meaning it's more likely to knock you down. Plus 4 difficulty to hit units within the rough terrain with melee attacks, because it's hard to get your footing, I guess. I'm just going to use the road, it's quicker. So this is tricky, because these vehicles are not toothless. They will shoot at us, and there's also the mech warriors, the mechs. Looks like there's 6 of them. There's probably 4 vehicles and 2 mechs. Or, nope, 3 mechs. Oh, is there a 4th one? I count 4 vehicles and 3 mechs right now.
Commander?
What do we got? Commando. One shot, one kill. That's all it took to knock out the little commando. We don't... Taking the mechs out is a bonus. We have to make sure that those vehicles get destroyed. They cannot reach the target zone over the denial zone. Because the denial is not just a river in Egypt. I got nothing there. Barely nothing there. Okay. Keep my eyes on all the targets. Try to take out the lead, or take out one of the ones in back with the LRMs. Let's fire something over there. Start the damage.
Primary target damaged. Concentrate your fire and bring it down.
Ooh, they got wings too. It's alright.
Losing armor.
Yeah, stop bitching. Alright, Taboo isn't going to do much this turn. Get some missiles launched. LRM 10. A little bit of damage. Oop. I didn't think I was going to get any shot off this round. Marauder. I love Marauders. Gauze rifle. Yeah. So, very early in this game, I found this Gauze rifle and bought it. It cost a couple million. I basically spent all of my funds getting it, and then I had to go get ammo for it. But the thing is so big, I didn't have any. I couldn't put it on any of my medium mechs. It was just too big of a gun. So I've only been using this thing for about a week on this Marauder. I replaced his. The Marauder comes by default with 2 PPCs in each arm, and then on its head it has a big autocannon. I took off the autocannon, put on the Gauze rifle. It was still overweight, so I had to downgrade the PPCs for some large lasers and some small lasers and medium lasers, which collectively were lighter weight than what it had stock. So this is my little modified version of this Marauder.
Engaging target.
Primary target is damaged, Commander. Keep it up.
I love Gauss rifles. Incredibly powerful, incredibly long range. But like the AC-20, they don't have a lot in terms of ammo stuff. He's only got so many shots. I've yet to find a second Gauss ammo supply. Holy hell.
Took a hard hit there.
You think? SRMs. That's an SRM launcher, so that's less of a threat. Alright, Jayhawk, you got to get the hell off of that ridge because you're getting pounded. Let's make them work a little harder. Okay. Is that the SRM? No, that's an LRM carrier. Yeah, we got to hit that thing. A little bit of damage. Just keep building it. enough. That's a Griffin, son. We'll expose structure, but we'll live. Freak shows up.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Ready for orders.
Okay. Taboo. Bringing up late with the Centurion and the LRM-10s. Hit that long-range missile carrier. Jeez. Yes!
Enemy reinforcements detected.
God, I hate those things. We're just lucky they don't have any big tanks here. These vehicles aren't near as hard to destroy as the big tanks. Man, those tanks are nasty.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Yeah. Well, it's because everybody on your side attacks them. Another SRM carrier. Not close enough. Okay.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, Jayhawk, let's get you over into that smoke field.
Copy that.
Maybe that'll help your defense a little. Shaved off an arm.
Reporting critical hit.
Left torso and left arm both destroyed. Uh-oh. That's what that announcement was. I kind of missed that. They dropped off some more mechs. We're going to have to turn our asses around, I think.
Received.
Wow. I don't think we're within sight range of any of them. I can't do it. I gotta take these guys out first. If they shoot at me from behind, they shoot at me from behind. Take him out. Left leg destroyed. He's gonna fall down.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected. Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
Okay.
Awaiting orders.
Lots of options. I can attack on these mechs. Alright. I can't... we gotta turn around. I gotta deal with the mechs that are behind me, but...
Heading out.
Okay. I'm not worried about the vehicles right now. I gotta get these guys knocked out of the fight. Best I can do is 50%. Oh my god. Might as well be doing headshots. Got him out of it.
That's a kill.
He was their big gun. Shoot. Dirt Devil. Nope. Dirty dogs.
Commander,
Okay, let's get in close.
move order confirmed.
God, not enough. Tough little buggers, aren't they? Considering I destroyed a mech, I destroyed a commando mech with my opening salvo.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Yeah, we're taking some damage this fight.
Enemy in rear arc.
Yeah, we gotta turn around. Still don't know where the heck they are. They're over there somewhere. There it is. They're splitting our units, which I don't like, but I can't let these guys shoot at me in my back all the time.
Yes, Commander.
Can't get within range though. Okay. Okay.
Moving out.
Not bad.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
He's about ready to fall down. Okay, I'm gonna try some new stuff like death from above. Gonna do some damage to my legs, but it's the quickest way to get rid of vehicles is just to smash them physically.
That one I think. I'm hit, Commander.
Yeah, I know, but it was fun. I had to show that off.
That got me.
Great. Hit some more. Alright, Jayhawk. Let's show another attack. Physical attack.
Confirmed. See how you like this.
Get command to the LZ, Commander. I'm coming in hot.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
So our mission's objective is complete. Get to the evac, or we can wipe out everybody that's left. And I'm not sweating a locust. Something else is over there, though. Say goodbye, locust. Ooh, what do we got here? Trebuchet. I don't have a real good shot on that trebuchet, though. But my percentages are better because he traveled so far. So see the locust? He's got all those little chevrons at the end of it. That really affects his ability to be hit. Now I'm using precision, so those numbers went back up again for me. But my percentages are actually better against this, despite the fact he's kind of over a hill.
Engaging target.
Didn't do any major damage, but did a lot of armor damage.
What's up, boss?
Okay, we got him there. Can't go there. There we go.
Gotcha.
Trying to get into an arc where I'm not having nobody's hitting me in behind, shooting at me from behind, because that's, you don't have as many. You only have rear torso, rear right, and rear left torsos from behind, so it's a lot easier to do damage from behind than it is from the front. Come on, knock him out. Dang it. Still alive. Trebuchet moves up. Oh, that was nothing. Stand up. Yeah, my mechs are going to spend some time in the repair bay after this fight.
Back in the fight. On my way.
See? One destroyed leg, and that's what it looks like.
My mech is limping.
Yeah, you're limping. I can take him out, or do a little bit of damage on him. Could do both, actually. He can split his attacks. Whoops.
Inflicting some heavy damage.
What the hell happened there? He had a misfire or something. Something blew up right in his face. Hey! Hey! None of that.
Warning. Armor low.
Yes, Commander. Roger that.
Okay, well. Let's see what my good percentages are. 30, 30, 60, 80. Or an 85% for the LRM for this guy, but that's it. It's a non-direct fire. Okay. Oh, look at that. That was just that single chest shot that from that Gauss rifle. Oh, I was hoping to knock him out. I'm more or less intact. That'd be a good salvage. Jeez. Alright, Freak Show. Get a better angle here. What you try to do is you want them to flank them. You want to get shots from the side. You want to get shots from behind. Ideally, you want to surround your opponents. Ooh, missed completely with the Gauss rifle. I don't know how many rounds he's got left on that. He just won't die.
Closing lots of armor. Awaiting orders.
It's actually too close. It's got long-range weapons. Yep. Send him to the scrap heap. We gotta get this little twerp out of there, but he's not doing much damage. Missed. Hit that center torso. Knocked him out. He's almost in perfect shape, except his center torso was blown out. That was excellent. Rifleman. I need a rifleman. Oh, now I wish I would have gotten better salvage claim on this one, because dang.
Moving out.
I need the rifleman. Oh, 80% just for a single shot. Oh, I'll use this advantage here. We're going to take that little locust out with one shot. Barely, but did it. Freak Show on the hill. I want your hull.
Commander. Affirmative.
Really want the classics. I want a rifleman, I want a warhammer, I want an archer, any of those. Alright, you gotta speed up. You have no direct shots. We're firing over that big piece of rock metal. Looks like iron anyway. That's good. At least he can't be shot back at. Oof. He's got teeth still. He's got teeth, but I'm turning him. Notice he's getting more and more flanked the more I'm turning him.
Standing by.
Get in closer. Get another target update. Bam! Freak show. Keep working on the flank. Keep working on the flank. I'm surprised it's not overheating. Well, this is going to destroy him if any of those hit. Missed.
Enemy mech destroyed. Mission successful.
Oh, we took some damage on this one, though. I just hope I didn't lose too many weapons. I don't care how much damage they take as long as they don't get critical weapons, because some of those are really hard to replace. Not bad. Took some damage. No. Lost a heat sink. That's it. The only system I lost in these 4 was a heat sink. That's not bad at all. Everybody got at least 1 mech kill. One Kishi's injured. She's going to be out for a little bit. Yeah, I screwed up. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect this kind of defense. Those were good mechs. Okay, well I don't regret that because I don't need all this stuff. No special weapons at all. But there's a 60-ton rifleman in it. That'll give me 2/3 of my riflemen. And they got me a trebuchet too. That's good. Might sell that. I think I already have 2 trebuchets. They're nice. They can carry a lot of different kinds of stuff. They're a nice flexible mech. You can equip them in various ways.
That mech you wanted? Got
Does away with LRMs in order to serve a more direct fire support role. Well, we'll see what it looks like. Okay, first my Marauder. I still don't have any good medium lasers, so I'm just going to go ahead and send that to repair. And the Griffin lost a heat sink, so we need to replace that. Could put in a leg mod, but his heat efficiency is pretty good, but yeah. Heat sink. Back up to 55 tons. Got good weapons, good systems. Repair. We're good to go. Okay, so the Trebuchet 7K is different than the 5N. That one's a 7K that I've already altered, so I've already got one of these. It's got an SRM2, a PPC, and an AC5. So I'm going to show you how I do these refits if I want to scrap what's here. So this is what it comes with. Most of this has got really low armor. So what I like to do is just kind of upgrade the main weapon. I could drop this PPC out and put in a PPC +2, which gives a higher accuracy. At the same weight. I could downgrade and slap in a large laser or some mediums, but I don't have any good medium lasers right now, so I probably won't do that. So this is easy enough because it doesn't have to change any weight. Why in the world would you put your autocannon ammo where it could destroy your PPC? Okay, so an AC5. AC5 is okay, but I got improved versions. I can either use an ultra autocannon, which will fire twice per round, but it's a little heavier. I don't have the little shotgun version. They're not selling any. Okay. I could upgrade it to an AC10. That weighs 12 tons, and the AC5 weighs 8. So then I'd have to make up for the difference. The SRM2 isn't doing much though, but that's only 2 tons, so 1 ton for the launcher and 1 ton for the ammo. Could put some Infernos in, but they don't do a whole lot. I don't have any jacked up SRM2s, unfortunately, either. So let's get rid of the SRM2 and get rid of the AC5. Now we're at 39 tons. So what do I want to play with? I could put an AC10. If I put an AC10 in there, I can only get 1 ton of ammo. Overall, the firepower has gone up too, but my heat efficiency's gone down too, because I'm going to need some... These things are going to generate heat that I can't dissipate real well. So it's not a great solution. That's overweight. Could put in long-range missiles. LRM-10 ammo. I'd like to get some more firepower. I need some kind of an energy weapon. Oh, I have the energy weapon. I need an autocannon, yeah. The AC2 is such a waste. Much rather have an improved AC2, but I don't have any. At least not any real good ones. That puts me over on weight. The alternative, I could just up the armor. That'll increase my durability. You know, that's basically what I do. You know, you just try to figure out what the best way to make it fit. I'm going to cancel this because, or confirm it, because I'm not going to use this. Because I'm going to sell it. I don't need a third trebuchet in my. I'm having a hard enough time making room for the ones I got. Oh, I forgot. I gotta set him to storage first. Down to storage. Then go to the store. Sell. This doesn't matter. Because I got plenty of 50-ton mechs. I just don't need the extras. I'm keeping my light mechs more for sentimental reasons than anything else. I love my Vulcan. I had this great Vulcan set up as a physical attacker, basically. Wanted to get in close and whop them. And then in one of the battles, one of the few battles I was in right before I started recording this earlier today, got pretty much his butt handed to him. Almost every system was destroyed and had to be replaced, so I decided rather than go out and try to replace all that really good stuff, I'd just, you know, send him down to storage, because he's a 40-ton mech. He wasn't like he was a huge hitter anyway, but he had some really good stuff, but it was all destroyed, so I was like, well, I'm just going to cut my losses. You can either scrap them or put them down into storage for maybe future use. There's got to be some other stuff. I'm going to sell some stuff, but I don't want to get rid of anything else. Okay. Barracks. I didn't show this either. Okay, I can go up some levels and max out Freak Show's piloting skills.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Orders. Standing by. Yes,
else is just accumulating.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, taboo, piloting skills.
Warrior training complete.
Something I can do.
Okay, everybody else is just waiting. We got plenty of good mechs still, so let's check another contract. Carrier, we've discovered a facility where American researchers developed a new computer virus. Okay, blah blah blah. You need to get one of your mechs within range of the research facility, download the virus into its system, then extract the blah blah blah. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm not gonna put on. I'm gonna make sure I get 2 this time, just in case. Okay. So any mission where I need to get to a base or have to interact with a base, I really want to make sure my mechs have jump jets, because if they don't, their mobility factor goes down the toilet. The ability to jump up and down in terrain and jump closer to stuff is very important. Although he has jump jet capabilities, he doesn't have any fixed on him, so he can't be used. Shadowhawk I know does. Okay. God. You know, my one Wolverine doesn't, but this one does. Put taboo on that one. Let's bring in Hazard. No, let's boot taboo and put Tread in there. Okay, Crab doesn't have jump jets. Enforcer does. That Trebuchet doesn't, but the Vindicator does. So does the Panther, but the Vindicator's the better ship, so to speak. We don't have a whole lot of firepower in this, but we're still higher than the difficulty level, so I think we can pull this off. So, snatch and grab. All medium mechs. Well, we'll see. This could be bad. I wanted to make sure I had jump jets, though, because there's just advantages to it. I can only imagine what Yang is going to say. The idea of infecting one of our mechs with hostile code. Yeah, well.
Command interface.
That's the job, boys. That's the job. We have to move within range of the facility. Protect the infected unit until you get to the LZ, the extraction LZ.
Okay, let's do this.
Just want to take a glance here, make sure there isn't any defense turrets. Haven't seen any of those yet, but they're nasty. See what I mean? By having jump jets, I can jump down this stupid cliffside instead of having to run all the way around. I mean, this could have been any one of different maps. It's not like I thought this was the map we were going to have. I've only played most of these once or twice anyway, so I'm not that familiar with them. I just wanted to make sure I had some mobility, because a lot of these bases are put up on mountains and hillsides, and it's crazy. Okay, so what's this yellow stuff? Rough terrain, that's fine. That's not going to affect me. See if I can get a look-see from there. Nothing. Oh, can't jump up there. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna run then. Let's see.
Moving to position.
Not pinging anything.
On the move. Picked up a blip.
Okay. Alright, now we're in it. Didn't take long. Against Merrick. House Merrick. Free Worlds.
Yes, Commander.
No, we can get a shot off, but it's an indirect long-range missile strike. I can get a direct shot if I move over here. Or I can jump down into the woods. for even worse angle. Okay, we'll go over here. Reposition.
Copy that.
That locust is in trouble. 25 commando. We saw how they did last battle. We know that they're not much to worry about. Just surprised they don't have any. They don't have any turrets. Something's over there though. They're not going to defend their whole base with just 2 light mechs. Okay, I don't got any angle here, so I'm going to have to jump. I'm just going to try to outflank them here. Something's moving. Where you at?
Orders.
Hazard already has good shot from there, but moving is better for defense.
Heading out.
And tread. Yeah, not much there.
Report critical hit.
70 ton. Okay, so they are not defenseless. I'm gonna leave him for a while.
Awaiting
Her.
orders.
Okay.
Confirmed.
Just keep moving, moving. Just keep moving. And you're dead. Probably could have saved my missiles there.
Mech destroyed.
Could have saved those missiles. That commando is going to get the heck out of there because he's going to get his butt kicked. Oh, I can't get a real good angle there. But it's a good angle. It's just it goes right through the rock, and I don't like those shots. You have a lot of misfire. Oh, there's another mech over there. What's that? 45 ton. Phoenix Hawk. Oh, they're going to be a mover. Phoenix Hawks are fast. Big jump jets usually.
Good to go.
Okay, now we can jump. Let's get to a better angle here. Here we go.
Firing jump jet.
What do we got? Warhammer. Another one for my collection.
Engaging the target. Yeah. What can I do you for?
What can I do you for? Oof, we're not getting any shots off. Okay, we'll get the Phoenix Hawk shot at. Floaty Wolverine. Only got a couple of them, but I'll take it. Big ass PPCs. Not good, man. He is a heavy mech.
Damage minimal.
We have 4 medium mechs. So this is going to take some concentrated strategizing here. Helps if I can get behind it
Engaging jump jet.
at a different elevation. Not quite behind it, but I can get some
All systems.
shoulder damage. massage. Knock his SRM-6 out of action.
Critical damage detected.
And I got a tag on him. You've been tagged. I'm not really worried about that Locust or the Phoenix Hawk for that matter. The Phoenix Hawk's got probably some lasers, but nothing I can't. Nothing that won't bounce off my armor.
Move order confirmed.
You gotta get in closer, dude. Okay, that'll help. Right in the face. You can't take too many shots like that. Okay.
Move order received.
Just keep moving and shooting. Shoot and scoot, shoot and scoot. There's one arm. When I knocked out his leg. Alright. Keep hammering him. I want this mech in my collection. I'm a mech trophy hunter, baby. Okay, well we took out their heavy mech. That's good. Next I gotta get that Phoenix Hawk out of here. He's gonna be bouncing all over the place.
Engaging jump jets.
Giving up the high ground for a forest.
Warning.
Overheating.
Exceeding recommended level.
Overheating.
Giving them everything I got.
Got one arm off.
That. Standing by. Aye, aye.
He's not really a close range fighter, so I didn't want to get him into too close. But we'll fire from behind.
Firing. Welcome.
Should have slowed down there. We're gonna overheat.
Just frying my internals.
Yeah, you are. Breather and a jiff. Looks good. Left leg destroyed. Oh, he's done. Boom. Internal structure, man. It's fragile. Look at the size difference. You want to start a fist fight with a guy that's twice your size, do ya? Okay, fine.
Engaging physical attack.
Took out your leg and your arm.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
And that cooled down in the process.
Standing by.
Alright, Jay.
Copy that. Target
Poof.
one less target.
Engaging jump
Still have to deliver it. Where, I do not know. Where is the objective? I pointed over here.
On my way. On my way.
The asset has been secured and is ready for retrieval.
Okay. I was going to say, they didn't give us a place to evac. We just had to wait for it to upload. Yeah, the Enforcer took some heat. Indicator took some damage as well. All the kills went to 2 mechs. And I get to put another Warhammer in my collection. That's 2 of the 3 pieces that I need. And I could get a full commando. What else do we got here? Nothing special. PPC by itself is worth 180,000. Could probably get more for the mech. Maybe. So I got an extra commando I gotta dump.
As Nicky asked for, it's cleared for fighting.
Yeah, but I don't want it. It's a 2D. It's got SRM6 and SRM4 and a medium laser. It's not bad. But I don't need it. More so. Oh, God. I'm so close. So close. Oh, wait. I just bought something. I didn't want to buy it. I wanted to sell it. Oh, jeez. It's the same stupid model. You dummy. So make sure it didn't fill in. Great. Sell. Dang it. That was a waste of money. So now here's my decision. I could stop now. There's only one other system and it's worth some money. You know what? I think I'm gonna stop here. It's been a long stream. Because I want to complete this. If it wasn't for this being so valuable, I was gonna move. I was gonna go on to the system with the black market because I'm starting to feel the urge to add another heavy or assault mech to my group. And it's gonna take 10 days to reach there and 10 days to reach there. So I'll probably go here and then work my way up into the Free Worlds League area. But I'll save that for my next play. Maybe I'll record that because I kind of want to show off some of this stuff. I want bigger and better mechs, you know. I only got 584 days left. See, kind of what I'm doing here is it because I just said it takes 10 days to reach that system. That's when I want all this stuff to happen. I don't want to waste time advancing the timeline. See, we did that mission. That trebuchet's not. It's not a day later. This is the same day. Nothing's getting done until we start moving time, which means either me wasting time by pushing that button or traveling to another system and then letting it clock down naturally. And if it does that, then all of a sudden, boom, when we arrive, all of these things will be fixed up. Everything that's up through the 10 days also means we're going to hit another financial report, so that money's going to go down some. We're still 20 days away from the ship upgrade from finishing, and Kishi's still out of action for a month, so I'm not going to have her for quite a while. She took some serious damage. So I figure we'll wait till next round. I might actually do that last fight. I don't know. Maybe I won't because it might be a fun one to watch. But anyway, do that. Travel. check out the black market, see if there's some better stuff. Right now, I'm really happy with the way the game is playing. It's everything's fallen into place. I was a little frustrated early, and it's been going really well now for I don't know how many playthroughs, but it's been very nice. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit to desktop and wrap it up. Thanks for watching.